Hi there YouTubers and Lord of the Rings fans. Welcome to my review of the Lord of the Rings Gothmog figure from Asmus Toys. Right, firstly we'll go take a look at the box this guy comes in. As you can see, we have a shoebox style package, much the same as the Morgul Lord that's already been released by Asmus, which I have in the collection also. Except in this case it's more of a reddy colour, whereas the Morgul Lord was a bluish grey. Same size, Lord of the Rings heading with the transcript that's on the ring. Gothmog 1/6 scale collectible action figure and Asmus Toys. So once you lift the top off this box, you get a clamshell case, which is very good quality. Something like you'd expect from Hot Toys, to be honest. That has the figure and a couple of the parts in it. Then you have under that a cardboard divider, then another clamshell case which has the base and the torso accessory. So overall they've been able to fit everything in quite well. And overall it's very heavy when it arrives too, so I was expecting it something a bit lighter, but it's actually a very sturdy box to hold all the contents. Here we just have the back of the box. You can sort of see that pattern again, but nothing much really happening there. Okay, accessories. We get a standard Lord of the Rings stand. You have to switch out the actual crotch stand on this or onto the other base, depending which one you want to use. We also get his sword, which is not too bad. Not the greatest paint app, but it serves its purpose, and if anyone really wanted to, they could adjust that or paint over it and fix it up. But yeah, I'm having mine with the big mace, so that doesn't bother me too much. You get a spare hand. You only get one really. Would have been good if we got a relaxed palm, so you can sort of have him leaning on his weapons instead of holding them or just having a clenched fist. So a couple of extra hands would have been nice. Maybe some spare hand pegs, that would have been good too, but so far this figure seems very solid, so shouldn't have too many issues there. Here we have the dead Gondorian warrior. You can see the blood all over him, glossy in certain parts. It's actually very heavy. It almost feels like solid, almost like resin. It's that heavy. Look on the inside, all the guts. It's absolutely gross, but very cool as well. Here you have the theme diorama base, which I'm using. I've used a similar one on the Morgul Lord. That's very heavy also, almost like the same material used on that. Underneath you have the Gothmog heading, the Lord of the Rings logo. It's very nicely printed underneath, and that is very, very heavy given its size. So it just reeks good quality there. So that's great. We have his mace, which I have him posed with. Looks really cool. And that basically covers the accessories, guys. I would have liked to have seen him with his spear, the one he used to kill one of the Gondorian warriors. That would have been great if they could include the spear. But that's only a minor gripe. You could probably make one, no problems. Right, here we have Gothmog, guys. Here we have the head sculpt, which is absolutely gross. If you watch the film, you probably notice a slight difference. The shape of the head is a little bit more, I'd say, higher, and it should be a bit more wider. But that's just a minor nitpick. We all know it's Gothmog if you're a Lord of the Rings fan. Especially on this side. You can definitely tell that looks like him from the movie. It's more so when you get to this side. It's a little bit less familiar. If you just look at his ears, the gloss in them and all the hair coming off the sculpt as well in different parts. The eyes look really cool. The teeth. And you have his scarred, deformed face, which is really, really ugly. a very cool looking figure. I was just getting it ultimately because I'm a Lord of the Rings fan and I want to keep collecting Lord of the Rings figures, because to be honest there's not many out there, and Asmus seems to be doing some great stuff with the Lord of the Rings license. So I was just going to pick him up, but actually after unboxing him I was really surprised how great he looks standing next to the Morgul Lord and a few other figures. The quality is very good, more so than the Morgul Lord. The joints are very stiff, well, not, I wouldn't say stiff, but they hold position very well and they move very smoothly. And the figure is very heavy as well, so just seems to step up what we've seen before from Asmus. So I'm really happy with it. It holds poses without the base, no problem. They've come a long way in just the next figure. So really looking forward to seeing Gandalf the White. And Goritz is another orc they're doing. I've just seen a teaser by Asmus. They're doing the black horse that the Nazgul ride on, possibly Shadowfax as well, and also the Mouth of Sauron is another one that I've seen a teaser of the helmet. So there's a few other things coming from the Return of the King movie, and I'm really looking forward to Gimli and Aragorn as well. And there's just one other they announced lately that have been approved to do is Eowyn from Rohan. So got quite a few coming up, guys. You see his armour, see getting there. Armour's very thick, very weighty. As I said, very good quality. It doesn't feel at all brittle. You move the body, it's like, you know, very tight joints. It holds positions excellent. It doesn't even seem like anything's going to go wrong unless you do something completely stupid. On the camera the red comes up very bright on the figure, but in hand it is a lot darker. It's more of a maroon type velvet look to it, but here it looks bright red. It was a little bit darker in the film, but you know, got to take into account CGI and the darkness of what all the filters they add to it. But probably the person in the actual outfit probably wore something exactly the same as this. So posability of the ankles are really good. No matter where you want, you can turn them in full 360 degree sort of motion, so they just grab onto the base no matter where you put them. You don't have to really work the pegs around at all. You can just sort of bend them as they are. That's really good. You got his deformed hand. It's really cool and gross. This part I tried moving up to have it a bit further to cover this gap, but it seems to be pegged into the arm. Pretty sure you might have to modify that to actually move it, so I was going to leave it as is for the moment until I find a bit more information about how to do that. Got all his fur on the back, so you can sort of play around with that how you want. Yeah, so for a figure I was just getting to build up the Lord of the Rings collection, I'm actually very happy with it. It's a great looking figure. Probably not for everyone, but if you're a Lord of the Rings fan, and especially if you're a 1/6 scale collector who wants some Lord of the Rings stuff, I wouldn't pass on this guy. You'll be very happy with it and very surprised once you get it out of the package. So there he is, guys. Have enjoyed this look at Asmus Toys Gothmog. Next release should be Gandalf the White and then Goritz. So looking forward to picking those guys up in the coming months. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Catch you guys later.